Hi you guys, what's up? It's your girl Samantha Portia, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. So like I do on all of my videos, I like to take this time out and welcome those of you who are new visiting this channel for the first time. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn your bell notifications on if you guys feel home here now. And to my love bugs, you guys know I love you. I can never do a video without showing my love to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. You guys know how much I cherish that and appreciate that. And yes, just want to say thank you so much for rocking with me. Let's jump into the video. You guys and talk to you. Of course, all of my videos is gonna have a topic, but it's more so story time because what I mostly talk about here on my channel are things that I've gone through personally myself and what I've learned from it. And at the end of my videos, I always give you guys an encouraging word. So with all that being said, y'all, we're gonna talk about crying wolf or lying, because people would understand that more. I mean, I'm sure all of y'all, especially those of y'all who are my age, even like young ones, like these type of stories never die. Do y'all ever notice that? How like stories that our parents got, they tell us, stories that we got, we tell the young generation now, and like, pay attention. But yeah, we've all heard the story about the boy who cried wolf. So in a nutshell, the story goes, there was this young boy, I don't know, it was some type of town or village, and I'm sure this stemmed from some type of real life story, which most all fairy tales start from something real. But it was this boy in a village, and I guess the way that they would let the villagers know there was danger, like so that their danger were wolves. So I guess they would let people know that a wolf is here, like they'll scream out like a wolf, a wolf, a wolf. So it was this boy, and he took it as it was a game. So he kept crying wolf. So this is where crying wolf comes from, lying basically. He kept crying wolf, and people kept coming, the villagers kept coming, like they're coming to fight to save this boy. He kept on doing it, laughing. You know, one day he cried wolf and nobody came. The villagers knew it was him because they heard his voice, but they didn't realize that it was actual danger because he had done it so frequently that the time when he needed it the most, no one believed him. Now that I gave you guys a little backstory on the boy who cried wolf, let me tell you guys my experience with it. So, like, if you guys have been watching some of my videos, some of the more newer ones rather, I talked to you guys about my experience with abuse, okay? And anybody who has experienced that or know people who have gone through it, whatever, kids, you know, especially kids, because when you're a child, that's when you're the most imaginative. That's when you're the most creative with your imagination as well, because you create, well, to us, we would say as adults or whatever, you know, that we create these scenarios and these things that are not there, right? It's what the people say. It's what the people with the PhDs say. But I feel that it's more so of, it's a cry for attention, based off of, you know, what a person who is experiencing abuse or who has experienced abuse is going through. It's a cry for attention in the most extreme way. Um, and it could also be a way of release. Oddly as it sounds, it could be. It could be. Who knows? But what I do know is that I did find myself drawing a lot. Like my brother drew, my oldest brother drew, my youngest brother drew, like sketches, like drawing things from scratch. Like he did. And my oldest brother would sit us down, and like everything that pretty much that he was doing or he was into, he had us do. Like, so we would draw, we would sketch, or we would sit there and write raps, and then we'll, you know, rap the raps and stuff like that. Like that's what we did growing up. So I found myself drawing a lot of things, a lot of fantasy stuff. I loved mermaids. I drew mermaids. Oh my gosh, I drew mermaids. Crazy. I would sit there and literally each scale I'll sit there and draw. They were so beautiful, so majestic to me, and that was like the one thing that was kind of okay. I didn't really get too much grief about me drawing mermaids. Y'all, I would draw dolls. Like I was so creative. I would draw on paper, what is it? On line paper, I would draw my characters, my dolls, right? Because I couldn't have dolls growing up. So I would draw my mermaids and I would draw my doll. And then like I kept, you know, playing around in art class and stuff like that, art. So then I started making them 3D. So I would draw them, right? And I would cut them out and I would rip up little pieces of paper and I would tear them up and ball it up, tear them up and ball it up. So it'll be like stuffing. Like I would draw the front side of the mermaid or the doll, and I'll draw the back side of the mermaid or the doll, right? And I would staple or glue like the outside together, and then I would stuff it in together so it can be like a solid thing, right? It makes sense. And then I would take the paper again and I will strip it like in really fine like little lines. I will strip it like I have like a couple of them, and I would glue the hair like I would glue the hair on the paper mache doll, and then I had a doll. So I was really creative, very creative. So much so that one time I was in, I think I want to say 1st or 2nd grade, and it's crazy how, listen y'all, if y'all have children out there, be very mindful how you treat your kids, and you know what they're going. We remember stuff because now I'm old enough. I'm not 2 years old. I mean, I'm not in 1st grade anymore, none of that. Like I'm long past it, and I remember these things. So make sure you're treating your kids right, okay, and pay attention to them. But I was supposed to be doing schoolwork, and then I kept drawing these drawings, right? But I would never take them home because I knew that if I took them home, I would get in trouble for them. And literally, y'all, like my desk was full of a whole bunch of drawings of girls. I'm talking big boobs, hips, small waist, heels, different outfits. The one that I can remember the most, and I think this is why I can remember the most, because this was my most risque drawing that I did, because I remember it having a 2-piece, right? It was like a 2-piece thing, and it was like a bra in the bottom, but it was leopard. So y'all, I was very creative. So this is the one that I got in trouble for, and I believe because the teacher found it to be too, I guess, sexual. She was thinking of it in a way that it wasn't, girl, because I was drawing these things and these people in my image. Hello, like this is how I'm gonna be when I get older. So yeah, that's what I was doing. But she ended up calling my parents or whatever, and my mom and my stepdad at the time, and girl, I was there, and it was so embarrassing because the teacher, they knew what those drawings, they knew. But again, a person who's being abused, you're gonna find outlets to express yourself, especially when you're being abused for something that you're told to suppress. So that was my outlet. Y'all, this lady she opened my drawer, and you had the old school, like back in the day, like we had those desks. Sorry, we had the desks, the little brown ones, and you lift it up and you put your stuff in it and close it down. So we had those desks. And so my parents we all walk in there, it's parent teacher meeting, and she's talking, they give you this whole introduction and being professional and all of that, what teachers do. And she walks over to my desk, y'all, and she opens the desk, and it's like, oh my God, a chill went over my whole entire body. Y'all, this stacks of it. And I feel like she just was like, okay, let's see how long this goes on for before I actually contact the parents, because y'all, she pulled out so many drawings, so many. And I kid you not, I wasn't watching anything that was adult rated or anything like that. I would literally just draw characters that would be on my game, because we had Nintendo 64 and stuff. So I would draw the female characters that I've seen, and I would draw their outfits. They'll have the two-piece on, different colors of the same outfit, different versions. So yeah, I would draw those, or I would draw things that, I guess the most adult thing you would say would be the Sears catalogs that they would send home, that they will mail to your house. And I would go to the lingerie section. Of course, it's lingerie, but it's not giving you, for Sears, come on, it's not giving you XXX. It's not giving you that. It's very homely, your grandma's lingerie, type stuff. But in my eyes, what I saw was, going back to the mermaids thing, just a whole fantasy, a whole literally fantasy. So that's what I saw when I looked at those type of things. And when I was drawing, I guess because it's art and my mind and what I was going through, I would exaggerate a little stuff, especially if I saw myself in it. Today, guys, if y'all see, go on my Instagram, literally it would make sense. If I'm drawing these things in the image that I saw myself, yeah, it was a little it was. So she pulled out this, y'all, stacks of it. She pulled out stacks of the drawings. That wasn't enough. She started going through them, each detail, right? Each detail of what she's going to the next one. And then this one stood out to me because and this is why I remember the leopard one, because that was the most risque one. That was the one that made her call my mom to the school. That was it. So of course, her as a teacher, she probably felt that there was some type of sexual something going on or whatever like that, of maybe I'm seeing videos, porn, whatever. She probably thought, right? That's what she thought it was. And that happens because everybody is not, I would like to say you and I in this video right now, when it comes to children and kids, it's a lot of things that I do not condone, and it may not even align with a lot of the things that you guys wouldn't condone, because many of you might be just like my stepdad, or older people when I was younger. But when I say that is, I would always allow a kid to be themselves in the most healthiest environment that me being an adult that I can provide. That's what I mean when I say I don't condone things with a lot of things with kids, but I will always 100% allow a kid to express themselves. I would never take that joy away from them. I would never steal that away from them. I would never take what people took from me at an early age and that I lived without for so long that I had to regain as an adult. I would never do that to a child. And if you're doing that to a child, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're only doing it because somebody did it to you. Anywho, so going back to my cry wolf story, right? Because this all of it makes sense. I know y'all like, damn, she's all over the place. This all makes sense. It all makes sense. Watch. So one day, I kept getting in trouble for these things. This is why I brought it up. I wanted to tell you guys the basis. So one day, we was all at the house. This was at the time me and my younger brother, my oldest brother was there. My two, I want to say, maybe my first youngest brother was there. I don't want to drop no names, y'all, because, yeah. My first youngest brother was there. I don't think the baby was born yet. I don't think yet. If he was, he had just been born. Like, he was still, like, toddler age. So, yeah. So, my stepdad, right? Y'all, mind y'all, it's nighttime. My stepdad was like, they were cooking or whatever. He was like, oh, run up there to the corner store and go get something. I don't know what it was. I forget what it was. Yeah, I was scared. And it was nighttime. And where we lived, where we lived, it'll be like streets, right? It was streets and houses would be on the streets, but then you'll walk past all the streets and you got it's an alleyway, a dark alleyway. And then it's another street, full of houses and stuff. And then it's another alleyway. So no, I couldn't go to the store that had all the lights and everything was right there and that was closer. No, he wanted to send me to the far store, walking past what the Bible verse says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He sent me to the store where the valley in the shadow of death was. Okay, so I'm like, I don't know what. Oh, this is it right here. So I go to the store, right? I get the stuff. I don't know what it was. I think it was just something of me wanting attention, y'all. Because again, going back to being abused. So I run back. I don't know. This just could have been my imagination running wild, just from a movie or whatever, scary movies and stuff. So I run back and I'm banging on the door. But I'm really scared. I'm really running back like that because I'm scared and it's dark. When you a kid, you like 10 years old, 9, 10, maybe 11 years old, stuff scares you. It scares you. So I'm banging on the door. Instantly, he caught an attitude. So the only thing that I can think of to deflect his wrath falling down on me was, I was thinking quick on my feet. So I was just like, he was like, oh, what's wrong? Why are you coming in knocking banging on the door like that? What's wrong? Y'all. So with some, I already told y'all in my other video how this type of man was. So I'm just like, let me think quick on my feet, y'all. And I just made up this story that there was a man in all blue, jeans jacket, jean pants, and jeans jacket, all blue, right? And literally, y'all wouldn't believe that I scanned my brain thinking of the most unimaginable thing that anybody in that area could be wearing. And I said that. So he's like, what? Okay, give me the car keys. Get in the car. Come on. Now he's moving fast because now he's trying to catch the guy. Oh, did I forget that in the midst of all of that, he made sure to grab his machete. When I told y'all real island, y'all thought I was playing. The man grabbed the machete. So we driving around, and y'all, I get in the car. Me at the time, I'm like, oh, I know we're going on a wild goose chase. I lied. I knew he is. Ain't nobody out there with no oblo. It wasn't even nobody out there. So you not gonna find them, right? So I thought, oh my God, y'all. We driving. And he's like, oh, describe the man, talking to me, right? And I'm just sitting there lying. And so he's like, oh, there he go. Like, we're driving, and then he's like, oh, there he is right there. Y'all, that's what I should have did in that passenger seat. I could have just literally right on myself. What? Oh my gosh. Y'all, he was like, that's him. All I see is jeans, and I can see this like it's like yesterday. I can see it like it's yesterday, y'all. I'm like, yeah, out of fear. I'm like, yeah, that's him. Y'all, this man, he pulls up, the man was just walking home from work. He pulls the car right in front of the man so he can't go nowhere. Jumps out the car with the machete, and he's talking Trinidad, and oh, what you? So he's cussing this man out, right? Thinking that he's a child predator. And y'all, every time I think about this story, I feel like, wow. You know, like, wow. Like, that's something that I did. Wow. And he cussing this man out, and he's trying to attack the man, and he got the machete in his hand, everything. The man's just like, he had his lunchbox in his hand. That should have told Dum Dum something, right? But he had his lunchbox in his hand. You could tell the man was coming home from work. Even young me can tell the man was coming home from work. And all the man kept saying was, I'm just getting off the bus coming home from work. What are you talking about? I'm just coming home from work. Like that. So, of course, he's threatening the man, and he this and that. And he point to the car with me in the car, and he's like, I ain't never seen that child in my life. What are you talking about? I'm just coming home from work. That's all the man kept saying. And then finally, like, because he was crazy, okay? He could have possibly really hurt that man if he did not have a fear of going to jail. He probably would have. But y'all, I'm telling y'all this story, and I hope a lot of messages are transcending here. Don't cry wolf, okay? Because here it is. It's a situation where I cried wolf, and there was actually somebody who was there, but he was an innocent man. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do anything. Literally just walking home from work. Got into this whole altercation behind a child, right? Who was living in a home of abuse, and out of fear lied on this man. Not even particularly him. Lied on the outfit that he had on. Because all the man did was being in the wrong place, wearing the same outfit that I described. That's all that happened to him. So with that situation, I learned then how dangerous lying was. I learned then. But y'all, I guess you can say that I'm piggybacking behind this with, look at what I went through, look at what I went through. But I'm only saying that to say that I was a kid that didn't know any better at the time, and I was going through stuff that traumatized people do. That's what I was doing. Thankfully, nothing happened. I did feel like crap after. I felt like, and it's more so me as an adult thinking back on these things, because when you're an adult, you look back at stuff and you like, damn, you know, because now everything makes sense to you in a different way, to where now you can actually pinpoint it and put it together and stuff like that. But yeah, as a kid, you know, I felt bad, yes, but when you're a kid, you rarely hold on to certain things like that, so much so to where it makes a really big impact on your life. I mean, it made a big impact because it was me at the hands of that, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, guys, don't tell stories. Don't lie. And especially on innocent people. Don't do that. And again, you know, if you guys have kids, pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to their mental state and stuff like that. And do be more concerned with your kids rather than trying to control your kids. Be more concerned with your kids' well-being rather than trying to control your kids and mold your kids into people that you couldn't make yourself be. Or trying to mold them differently into people who you like rather than don't like. Your kids are your kids. Your kids, they're the individual personality, who they are is who they are. That's just it. And I hear all the time about, you know, specifically from minority heterosexual people. Oh, this can influence the kids. Oh, the TV, all the cartoons can influence the kids. And da, 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 da. No, baby. Beyond all of that, the TV got to get cut off because you're going to put them to bed. So you're going to cut the TV off. You might get mad and take the TV away. Turn the games off. Literally take everything away from them. Strip them. Strip them of any outside influence. But guess who is still there? Yeah. The parent. You. And kids are going to always follow and model after what the parent or an authoritative figure guides them to be. So, yeah. That's why I say I will always, you know, I don't play a lot of things when it comes to children. I don't do a lot of things. But the one thing that I will do all the time is allow a kid to be themselves. What comes natural to them, I will always allow a kid to do that. I will never take away from a kid what was taken away from me for them to have to learn and find themselves once again as an adult. I won't do that. So I encourage you guys, whoever's watching this video, you know, I encourage you guys to do the same, you know. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Not too proud about this story, but you know, it's something that has to be said because it holds a point and a value. And all of you who are new, visiting this channel for the first time, I hope you guys feel home here enough to turn on your bell notification and subscribe. We gotta subscribe first and then turn on your bell notification. But yeah, I hope you guys do that. And to my love bugs, y'all know I love y'all so much. Thank you for joining me. And yes, I'll see you guys next video. So stay fabulous, stay beautiful, and all those great things. See you next time.